Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. In today's game, it's not so much about which ship I'm sailing in. I'm in the Mackensen, Tier 6 German battle cruiser. But I want to talk a bit about focusing your fire and the impact that can have. We are in a base capture on Bay of Storms. Again, it's a carrier battle. We've got a Bogue on each side. Against the Bogue, Bayern, Queen Elizabeth, a Giulio Cesare, an Alba, an Emerald, and a Nicholas. So, focus fire can be coordinated by communications, but oftentimes it's difficult, especially in mid-tier, to get your team to actually do this. What's much easier is for yourself to observe which ships are being targeted and just shooting at those rather than picking whatever's closest to you. So pick your targets. I'm spawning on this side here with the Devonshire and the carrier and one of the battleships. So there we know where the enemy carrier is. It's a mirror spawn, so we're gonna get 4 enemy ships here on this side as well. And there comes the carrier strike. So obviously, as a battle cruiser, but still gonna get close to the Devonshire just to lend whatever AA we have here. He is going for the New Mexico, which is good because that thing I think has the best AA out of all of us, although I'm not sure with the Devonshire. And yeah, he's flying around a bit. That's good. Going to lose some planes. There come the torpedo against the New Mexico. It's not doing an awful lot. It's going to have to dodge those torpedoes, but that first initial airstrike has done relatively little. And the Giulio Cesare has gotten himself spotted, with the friendly carrier still not doing anything at this point. But you see the Devonshire from the left and the New Mexico from the right opening up at the Giulio Cesare. Now you'd say, Terry, that's obvious because there's only one of them. It's the only ship spotted. Well, not anymore. There's also the Bayern now. And we know that there is another ship out here, and it's going to be one of the cruisers. So shots out, and the carrier is waking up now and is also targeting the Cesare. So now there is 4 of us focusing down the Giulio Cesare. There's an Emerald. So the New Mexico is probably potentially going to get distracted, but we'll see if the Devonshire maintains his position. And I want to draw the fire of the Cesare, who's now in triple permafire, and draw that away potentially from the Devonshire. Devonshire is switching his fire, but the carrier is still targeting the Cesare. So, and the Devonshire has paid dearly for switching his fire and not focusing down the Cesare. There we go. Cesare is dead. Bogue has flooded him out. That leaves the Bayern and the Emerald. Now the Bayern is burning, and there are torpedoes from the Devonshire coming in because the Devonshire is focusing the Bayern. So I want to draw fire from the Bayern now, such that he leaves my Devonshire alone. The New Mexico is focusing on the Bayern as well and has given up at his futile pursuit of trying to chase down the Emerald. I have no idea why the New Mexico is firing high explosive. Don't ask me. But the Bayern is burning merrily, and I am happy just unloading at him while the enemy carrier is not focusing his fire because he's dropped the dive bombers on the Devonshire and is dropping the torpedo bombers on me. So that's a mistake and a half. He could have taken down the Devonshire, which is still alive and is still busy. Trying to set the Bayern on fire. Now, sonar up because there might be Emerald torpedoes on the side from the other side of the map. But we should be able to get the Bayern with one of the next shots. He now has no chance. There's the Emerald, and now we can take on the Emerald. Because so far he hasn't been effective with his torpedoes, and if the New Mexico would stop firing high explosive at him, he'd do a lot more damage, but still, you do you. There might be torpedoes in the water. I've got the secondary overload up, switch to the armor piercing on the secondaries. And again, the carrier is splitting his attention here. He is sending the torpedo bombers after me, which doesn't have an impact other than, well, setting a flood, which I damage control, and sending the dive bombers after the Devonshire, which as such now survives. So Devonshire is probably going after the Alba. There come the Emerald torpedoes. Should be able to avoid most of them. And of course it's a flood, insta-flood. That's fine. I've got enough hit points to make that happen. And the rest of my team has wrapped around the other side at this point and won their flank as well. But the Devonshire is still alive. And why is that? Because the enemy team hasn't focused their fire. One of the battleship had gotten a good hit in, and the carrier probably had 2 chances already to finish off the Devonshire and then focus on one of us, but they haven't. So the carrier goes down, and that is a Ruffle Stomp medal. And that sort of shows you the power of focusing fire and getting fire supremacy, because an enemy ship, it doesn't matter if an enemy ship has full hit points or if it has 1 hit point, it's got the same amount of firepower. So make sure that you sink targets, focus targets down early and sink them just to remove their firepower from the game. That can win you a flank, and that can win you a game quite comprehensively if your team does that well. And you can communicate that, or you just keep an eye, and well played Devonshire, or you just keep an eye on what your teammates are targeting, and or what your teammates are being targeted by. And see that you can, for example, position yourself such that you can draw fire from enemy ships if you can tank it, while at the same time focusing down targets that your teammates are actively shooting at. And that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.